Welcome, kings and queens, to another day at the market open. We are here at the room. All right, so had a little bit of technical difficulty. Sorry for the delay. Um, you know, things happen. I think my laptop might be on its last leg, unfortunately. So, got to figure that stuff out. Anyway, let's get into things because we are now coming up close to market open. It is 6 minutes to market open. Wanted to just say real quick. Oh wait. Oh, I have to. Okay. So, real quick, I do have one position open right now in this account that, like I mentioned, I just happened to find money in this, or not money, but happened to find a couple of stocks in this account, so I just liquidated them. I'm talking like pennies. It was $21 or something. It was 28. Then I put into something and lost some money. But we're now up on this trade, 71 cents. We got in at an average of 363. No, just kidding. There we are. Okay, I found it right there. $3.51. Oh, I forgot. You see it right on this screen. Oh my goodness gracious! See, this is what happens when you rush when you get into doing things. You know what I mean. All right, let me just send this link to the Discord real quick. There we go. Cool. Okay, so yeah, UEC, our uranium play, is at 365 right now. It topped out at 395 a few days ago, or a couple days ago, but I'm still, or was it yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. I'm bullish on it long term, or at least midterm. So even though we're up a little bit, even if we go up a little bit more, I'm gonna stay in because I have no reason to get out right now. I don't have any reason to think that it's going to go lower, and I don't have any stock plays that I can do on Webull that I think are going to do me any better, if that makes sense. I'm pretty upset with what I have in securities right now until I grow the accounts that I have. I'm not really throwing too much money into my securities accounts, but I'm learning more and more, which is why I'm doing this, and I'm sharing that with you. So, we got, 2 more minutes? Let's go markets. Get that opened up for when we open. We got 3 more minutes, it looks like. And I got a few cool topics today. We're going to be talking about some Metaverse stuff. Ooh, excuse me. Blockbuster trying to make a comeback. And then, of course, cellular being as big as it is, we have our three big players. We'll see, or we'll start the conversation on who's going to lead the way going forward. I think that's a good starting point. Being that I'm a new channel, I think it's a good idea to find not necessarily my stocks or my niches, but things that are not only new to me, but others, as far as things to look at for the long term or mid term. Anyways, that was random ranting, and I apologize for that. We need to get better at that. So, real quick, while we're waiting, I want to start thinking of a better intro for this video, but I do want to continue to make it clear that the biggest reason that I'm doing this channel is just to share anything that I have learned over the years and am learning as I'm going through actively trading, to hopefully help somebody in the process, whether it's learning what not to do or something that you pick up as a little tidbit, and then the byproduct of that being generational wealth. I think that would be pretty cool. I think generational wealth really has to be the focus anymore in gaining assets, not just properties, everything. And bear with me today. My sleep has been very off. I do deal with a little bit of I won't call it anxiety. I mean, it's COVID, We're still all getting used to all the shifts and everything like that. So normal stress of getting used to things. So my sleep has been a little bit wonky, but we are good. Okay, one more minute. Una more minuto. I feel very off today with getting on so late. That resetting my computer really threw me off big time. I didn't realize it would throw me off that much. A little bit of pullback in MicroStrategy. Oh, of course, as always, anytime that crypto dips, usually everything else dips along with it, at least to some extent. Let's see. Where are we? We got like 10 more seconds until the ding ding. There we go. Let's see a little of everything. I got TD Ameritrade on my other computer just because that's what I used to trade. UEC, it looks like we are down in the morning. Lucid, got a pretty nice green candle going to it, giant green wick. Starbucks, looks like it's starting the day off lower, but it's looking like it's trying to push up green. UEC, it's holding right where it was, or right below where it was when I first mentioned it, were a little lower. Looks like the market's pretty, more or less stable. Things are going up, things are going down. It's not looking too crazy. I like it can sometimes. Alright, and then once Webull catches up with us, which should be now. Come on, Webull. There we go. Specialty realtors, telecommunications, yeah, and that's what I want to talk about today. Especially T-Mobile, Verizon, and AT&T, since those are the top three when it comes to cellular right now. What does tell us? Should probably know that. Freight logistics, textile, and apparel. Oh wow! Ooh, excuse me. That's the other big mover for the morning. Cool. I personally use AT&T as far as a service, but to be honest, I'm not really biased as far as the companies themselves. And AT&T kind of seems like they're just trying to keep up at this point rather than moving forward. So it's anybody's game when it comes to cellular, in my opinion. Getting these things favorited real quick. Just take a quick glance. That's an hour. Let's look at the day. Come on. Oh yeah, it looks pretty discounted from the highs. Highs being 150. I remember, it doesn't matter. So yeah, looks like a little bit of a bounce back. See what about Verizon. These are just kind of quick checks just to see where they are right now. This is the day. Oh, that looks like it's almost forming a flag. Send a message real quick. Because if that's forming a flag, is this the right one? Yep. That looks like it's a flag on the one-day chart. So could be a play as far as swing. They do dividends. I think it was like 8% or something like that. It's pretty high. Okay. There it is. Bring out the news. Oh snap! Oh, don't tell me you don't want to go to the other side. Come on. Sometimes it does that where it just wants to get stuck on the other window. This time, no. Still doesn't want to come over. That's frustrating. Bear with me. I apologize. This is no bueno. No bueno. There we go. Okay. All right, back in action. Apologize for that. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat if you're watching right now. I'll be happy to answer them as soon as I possibly can. Or if you just want to say hi, you can do that as well. I think it might just be myself right now, hanging out with myself. But that's quite all right. Why is this Apple Watch stinging me? Blockbuster. Just kind of waiting for that image to load up, but whatever. It's not a very important image. It's just the Blockbuster building. I think it's the last one or something. So, effectively what they're saying in this article, oh my goodness, I apologize. I really do apologize. I'm going to take a very brief, pretty long nap after I am done with this, but I wanted to make sure I still got everything out to you guys. So, Blockbuster is going to attempt to reclaim themselves, in a sense. So you could say that a bunch of Blockbuster warriors are getting together and they're going to be creating a DAO to fundraise effectively to buy Blockbuster back from Dish. Well, just Dish. They used to be Dish Network, now they're just Dish. So when reading this, I was pretty intrigued because if this can happen, what they're saying right now is they're looking to raise $5 million or more to buy Blockbuster back, which is reasonable. Right now, Blockbuster, to be honest, is really just the brand name more than anything else. They have one store, so it's $5 million for one store, and you're really just getting a name that's been around for a long time. It sounds about right. I wouldn't expect it to be much more than that. So effectively, what they're doing is they're going to be creating a DAO, and I'm starting to get a better understanding and wrapping my head around a DAO. It's basically like an ETF for cryptos. The thing about learning crypto on your own and through other people's academies is not all the explanations are still great. So anyway, I'm not a developer, and some of these people are talking developer terms. It's like, relax. So what they're going to do is they're going to form a DAO. So think of it like a crowd fund, effectively. I think I might have said an ETF, but think of it like a crowd fund, where you're allowing people to buy into a DAO or put liquidity into a DAO so that someone can use it for a purpose. So there are some DAOs out there that are like a culmination of other projects. There are some out there that are more like this, that are crowdfunding, but effectively what you're saying is we're wrapping this up here to track it as an asset, and this is very loose description. This is how I understand it. Could be completely wrong. I'm just not a developer. So you're basically making a way to track an asset and allow others to buy into it. So it's sort of like a blockchain security, from my understanding. But it comes in different forms. So that's a very loose description. Developers, or explain this stuff as developers. So that's another reason why those who know nothing about crypto and the developers. So with that being said, effectively what they're doing is they're going to be liberating Blockbuster from Dish, collectively governing the brand. As for the people owning it. And then they're going to make it a, what do they call it? Like a D-stream or something like that. D-film. I think they might have called it like a D-film, but essentially they want to do a decentralized film streaming service. I wish I could find where it was in here. But with that, they're going to be... There it is. The core business will be focused around D-film and starting an ad decentralized streaming service. So I think that's pretty neat. It sounds like it's up there with what Theta TV is doing, but I'm assuming it's going to be with movies that are already out there. So I'm very interested to see how that works. this could take a couple years to actually come to fruition. I think they were saying mid 2022 is their goal. But this is right here is the sentiment. So the sentiment score of Blockbuster, from what us consumers think about them, went from a negative 20 in 2013 up to a positive 14, which is where it's at now. So the owners of Blockbuster, or not the owners, but the people at Blockbuster, people from the outside looking in, whoever these people are doing this now, are basically saying, hey, oh yeah, they weren't able to actually get a hold of them. So all of this is kind of researched by other people. But they're basically saying, hey, we see a lot of people like the name Blockbuster now. Let's see if we can get into the Web3, or get into Web3 with a new version and just dominate the space. And I think it's possible. I do think it's possible. Check into the markets real quick. Bucks 116, Apple 180, not surprised. It's doing well. All right, UEC is going down. Not surprised though, to be honest. I was not expecting UEC to be a short-term play. I expect to see my actual profit in this probably in the next week or so, as the new year comes. Because number one, they just went through an acquisition, and number two, it's the end of the year. So it doesn't surprise me that a lot of companies are doing this right now, including in the crypto space. Speaking of crypto, let's drag over this tab. And it doesn't get stuck. All right, if you're going to get stuck because you're only one tab, I'm going to open up a new one. We're going to look at the chart, or not the charts, but look at Bitcoin market cap. Look at market cap right now. Coin market cap. Alright, so from yesterday, Bitcoin is down, Ethereum is down, Binance is down, everything's down, down, down. Just kidding, not everything's down. I want to show you something that's freaking cool. This got me so excited because, and this is actually, I won't say it's the reason I'm late, because honestly I would have been on time if my computer didn't need to be restarted, but I think my laptop is on its last legs. But I am, I've already mentioned it a bunch of times before, decentralized social media, DeSo is the token name. This thing went from $80 to $125, like 6:30 this morning. Look at this. There we go. Yeah, $80 to $124 in like a matter of 15 minutes. Nuts. So if you, not financial advice, but let me just say, recently when Bitcoin has been going down, DeSo has been going up. I'm very bullish on this platform as a whole. One of the node that I use is Diamond Dap. In the next 15 days, because I think once you're on here 60 days consecutively, or more or less consecutively, I should have a referral link. So even though my first post is like 250 days, I think that feature was added after I took a little bit of a break. But you can see, I mean, I don't know. I guess this isn't really that personal. But I don't hold much DeSo in this wallet just because you don't need much to transact on here. If I want to buy people's coins, I throw some in here if I need to, or if I want to. But this is a decentralized social media platform. I absolutely love it. It does not populate as quickly as other social medias because it is a smaller community. However, it has gotten much, much stronger since I've used it. And the lag that you're seeing right now is mostly my ancient laptop. I don't need to go into my notifications right now. So anyway, DeSo very bullish on. Do your own research. It's sitting at, what was it, 96 right now? But it was going absolutely nuts. The Discord, they're still talking about how it's just moving up and down. Yep, voting and cover. Yep, okay. Yeah, and it's awesome because in these chats, as we're talking about these swings, we're also saying how. Oh, excuse me. We're also saying how. Repairs, things that could improve it, different things to make the user interface more widely user friendly, I guess you could say. So neat stuff. AT&T stock is cheap. So we looked at that earlier. I think it was at $26 or so. We'll go over the Barron's picks that are at the bottom of that. But basically what that... Oh my, why does it feel like someone is waiting me? Oh my goodness. Anyway. That looks like it could be going into a flag. But I say that all the time. No, I don't. Not financial advice. Anyway. So what they were saying in there is basically that AT&T is in a little bit of a pullback or in a dip right now, and they want to. They're saying that it needs to be coming back. That they're trying to figure out how to some odd dollars for like ever. Given that they do dividends, given they do dividends, but when you look at T-Mobile, it's not like not T-Mobile. Anyway, we'll look at it. There's a little. So they are in the middle of buying, what was it, Warner Media, and they're also talking about in the future after that cutting their dividends by almost half, I think it was. And I think they just got to figure out the space. I worked at one of the retail stores before, and it's a good company. They're doing everything they're supposed to as far as a communications company, but as far as forward moving and whatnot, it seems like they're just keeping up with rather than moving forward. But then again, I was a salesman, so what do I know? You know what I mean? And allegedly to all that stuff. I don't know schnight compared to any of them. Where's my news? But that's what this is saying here. Yes. So yeah, it's about a 13-year low. At the $23 is what it was. Okay, cut by a third. So yeah, they're gonna cut their dividends to about 6%. Is what it looks like, and then here are the Barron's picks. Do with that what you will. I don't know if any of these. And next news with the Metaverse. So Apple, Meta, Nvidia, there are a few companies that are being put into an NFT filing. So this NFT that they're trying to put out there is going to be companies that are working toward integrating, virtual reality, augmented reality, and anything that is metaverse related, which is a very thrown around term anymore. I think as 2022 goes on, that word will become more defined as to what it really means. Just because I think right now, especially with Facebook parent company changing their name. Are we back on again? Oh man. Looks like we're on, but okay. I think we're okay. I'm just gonna not open up so much on my laptop. Let me exit out of that. Exit out of these. Keep that up for now. That's unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, well, I guess, there you go. My computer is really on its last legs, my laptop. So this was basically kind of tracks the holdings for like whales, like total wallets for ETH. is. ERC20, I believe. FTX, I believe that's higher than it was last week, if I remember. I should have screenshotted it. Actually, do that now. Oh, I can't screenshot that screen. I forgot. Oh well. Gala, I know, is up. That was like 1.6, 1.8 before. CRO is about the same, if not a little lower. I think that was at 2 point something. Best, that one I don't remember seeing in one of the big blocks. Link, I remember being up here. Matic is higher than it was before. Same with Mana. Sand, I believe that's a little higher than it was. Wax, where is Wax? Wax was higher. Okay, so maybe that one's just get pushed back a little bit. I think this is updated every 24 hours, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. So FTX token, I believe that's FTT. Uni, Maker, Bat. Alright, yeah, so it looks like we're still in, I don't know, it's actually not as gaming heavy as it was last week. But we still see that gaming is up here. You got Gala, you got Sand. A lot of, some games are starting to be built or looked at for Matic or vice versa. Mana. Yeah, still some gaming tokens down there. All right. Crypto mogul Greg Dwyer buys more time in BitMEX case. I'm just going to skim over this real quick, mostly because if you're in the space and you either know about this or have heard about this, and I didn't want to go digging into it too much to make it a whole thing where I'm catching everybody up. But effectively, they got clipped for potentially money laundering and helping illegal use of their exchange. Greg Dwyer and a few other people, but basically once he got brought back from, I think it was Bermuda, where he was working at another extension of BitMEX. He said he didn't have enough time to get ready for his, hearing. That's supposed to be in, I believe, March. So he's getting it pushed back to October. But that's really it. I just want to bring it up in case anyone is following this, just so you know. But yeah, supposedly he was guilty. What was it like? Yeah, they could be facing up to 5 years. He was given like an illegal passport or something like that, bought an illegal passport. Some of the charges brought against them include accepting counterfeit passports from Iranian clients at the time when the country was subject to U.S. sanctions and allowing criminal gangs to launder money through BitMEX. There you go. All right, so that's basically all the news that I had for today. I mean, there is more going on out there. There's a lot going on out there. But like I said, I knew how I was feeling. My brain is like half fried right now. I'm so tired. As I mentioned before, full disclosure, I eat dry bread and ramen. I rent a room, and most of it's house arbitrage. And I do odd and end jobs to buy more crypto, because I'm going to be a crypto millionaire. So all my money is in crypto. Not all, but a lot. Anyway, full disclosure, don't want anyone thinking I'm rich. So VeChain, one that I'm very bullish on, it was just 7 cents a few days ago. We can see what that is at right now. That's in top, I think top 50. So $803. $7 more just while we are on the stream. I'm not surprised. I'm surprised that coin is not ranked higher than it is right now. Now let's just scroll through real quick. Actually, before I do that, let me see if I can pull these over. If you want to support the channel, there are links down in the description below. We have Crypto.com, Coinbase, BlockFi, and Webull. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Oh my goodness. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. So crypto.com is a very good on-ramp. You can even link it up like it's your bank. So if you have direct deposit at work, you can get your direct deposit sent right to crypto.com. And when you sign up, if you stake the second tier card, which I think means like locking up like $400 or something like that, you will get $25 in their native token, and I will get $25 in their native token, I believe it is. Coinbase, once you put in your first, it's either 25 or 100. We both get $5. This is another good on-ramp for crypto. It's one of the easiest ones. Fees are a little high. Crypto.com, I'm just a bigger fan. They have a little bit more, but I think it's good to diversify what you use. If you are okay with lending out your crypto, you can buy it on BlockFi or transfer it into BlockFi. It would be lent out on the other end, and you will earn rewards from that. So I think it's like 9% or something, 8.6% right now for dollars. So it could be pretty insane rewards just from holding dollars on BlockFi.com. Once you deposit or once you activate your account fully, I believe we both get $10. Webull, that's the exchange or brokerage that we use for stocks currently, and I believe when you sign up, you get a free stock when you put money into the account. Now let's exit out some of these things so we can let my computer take a breather. Oh, I didn't mean to exit out of CoinMarketCap. All right, computer. Let me just take a look. Can I bring you over? I can bring you over. So we will take a look at this real quick. So this is Lunar Crush, like I mentioned before. It takes in like social numbers, social analytics, and rates the coin that way. So Terra, I'm not surprised that that one is the top one, or one of the top ones right now. It is on a pullback right now, $84. It just hit a high recently at like 101 or 103. A lot of these I don't know too much about nor follow, and a lot of these sometimes in the top when you're looking at Galaxy Score could be just rug pulls because they're when things are just never mind, that's something else. When things are moving very quickly in small market cap coins, sometimes they'll be talked about a lot and pop up, but then they'll be gone forever after that. So, of course, do your own research anytime you're looking into any coins, tokens, or anything like that. I'm not going to go on there just because I didn't look at it in advance, and I don't want anyone getting any ideas for the all one person. So, let's look at the top 100, see what's going on in the market right now. We'll check back in with the stocks also. So we checked in with Bitcoin, Ethereum earlier. Solana's been going up and down between about 169 and 195 to 100. So this is a pullback right now. Cardano is starting to move a little bit, but I mean, look at that. If you got Cardano, not financial advice, I'm staking. Because I want to keep it, but I also want to keep getting rewards since the percentage gains just don't seem to be there. Like I just mentioned, Terra's on a pullback. Same thing with XRP. Luna, this right here, if you are using the stable coin UST, then in order to create UST, you're burning Luna. So the more popular UST gets, the more Luna gets burnt, the more its value goes up, the more scarce it becomes. So I'm a big fan of Luna. In one of the little bits of news I was reading, that was brought up a couple of times, how people are throwing Luna in there as the token for one of the tokens for 2022 because of that burn process for the UST. Polkadot, another layer 1, another pullback. It was starting to go back up. I think it hit like 31, 32. Now it's back down. Avalanche, another one. It's holding over 100, but around 105, 110, which is pretty surprising, given how it was and is still following Bitcoin more so than others. Not a big fan of meme coins. If you want to look at meme coins, do your own research, but they're down. Matic holding over 250 right now, which I'm very happy about. It was at, I think, like 290 or so. Once we hit the $3 range, I think That's going to be during more, or I should say more in the bull run, or in the midst of it. And oh man, I just see this one. I think it's actually going to come though. Come on. Woo! So in the midst, when it hits the over $3 in the bull run, if volume holds, I think that one's going to keep going. Woo! There it is. I think this is one that could hit like $5 range ish. CRO. I constantly say this is mimicking a lot of the moves that BNB was doing. I remember seeing this when it was at like $12, $20, $50. I was telling myself I wanted to get into it, but it was one of those times where you had to use a VPN and all that stuff in order to get access to it, and I just was not messing with that nonsense at the time, and then I forgot about it. But CRO, as far as marketing, how they're trying to onboard people, the way that, not the way the platform works, but there's a lot of similarities that I'm seeing between CRO and BNB. Now, I'm not saying that a CRO is going to get to $500. Even if it does get to BNB's market cap, I think I did the math yesterday, it would still only get to like $5 because it would end up having a 10x or something like that. So we're at 600. No, that's circulating wide. I was about to say, that can't be right. Okay, yeah. It's just shy of 10x. Oh, wait, I'm looking at the wrong token. There you are. Yeah, I was still right. Just shy of 10x, looks like. My math could be wrong, but either way, even if that does happen, we're talking about $4 or $5 CRO. Uniswap, one of the biggest DEXs for DeFi, obviously because I just said DEXs. DEXs is decentralized exchanges. What else we got here? Oh, Chainlink, anytime it's around $20, I'm a fan. As far as goodbye time, not financial advice. Algo, fan of that too. Fan of a lot of these, but right now, kind of a stock stuck in my head. So let's go back to the stock, or to Webull real quick. So AT&T looks like it wants to come off of its low. Let's see, UEC. Day, it's too far out. Although when in doubt, zoom out. So we're still in the money, which is good. No, did not break VWAP. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it did right there. We're over VWAP, over the moving average. Anyways, yeah, it looks like it could be consolidating and coming back up. You know what? I don't really have anything more of value to add right now. My brain is pretty shot, but if you want to support channels, links are down in the description. Hit me up on Deso if you are there. I'm the Michael Bird on there as well. And I will see you all on Friday.